let's begin. We are going to start a journey from Finland. We are going to start a journey that is going to take us through the deepest aspect of homeopathy and human consciousness. So our meeting today will be mostly introductions, botanical, homeopathical, what's connecting, and it doesn't sound it doesn't sound like homeopathy in the beginning, but you will see that this will be the basic for your understanding. So let's share a screen. There. Okay. So we will begin with a botanical introduction, because botany is the basic of what we are doing. And just as a homeopath, you can't imagine being a homeopath without knowing, let's say, what is blood cells, or knowing what is a heart, or where the stomach is, and what are bones. So this is basic knowledge. And as homeopaths, as we give remedies from plants, and we do proving of plants, half of our materia medica is plants, we need to understand the basic botany. And this will help us when we do differential diagnosis, when we take a case. So don't think that it is redundant. It is very important. You don't need to remember it by heart, but you need to understand it. That's all which is needed. Now, part of the reason we study botany is because man, human being, history, and mythology are reflecting nature evolution. In fact, they reflect the evolution of Earth. So we reflect Earth evolution, and Earth evolution is reflected in us, in human being. And my basic assumption is that Earth is a living entity, and we are part of it. And just as every cell in our body is a fractal of us, we are fractal of Earth. So sometimes it's good to understand the big thing, like plant evolution or animal evolution or Earth evolution, in order to understand ourselves. So it's all about evolution in a way. In fact, evolution, or the laws of evolution, is made by rules, laws, like law of gravity, for example. So there are certain rules in creation, or laws in creation, and those laws are expressed in all levels. It is said in the Kabbalah, and we will, in science, I think, basically agree with it. And those rules begin in the spiritual laws. They are what envelop everything and permeate everything. And along the creation, they solidify into the mineral worlds. I'm very simplifying it, of course, but the rules are solidified in the mineral worlds. That's why there is a meaning to the table of minerals, as Scholten and Rajan Shankaran is talking a lot about. And those rules are later has been manifested into the planet world. to the plants world. And then they manifested in the animal kingdom and finalized in man. So man encompass and embody all of it in himself, all those stages. Man in person, like every one of us, and history also manifest those rules. It's a fractal. So we could say that creation, the laws of evolution, are manifested and present in a spiral-like holographic model in every level. This is why we could give a mineral remedy, a plant remedy, animal remedy, or a gas or any element remedy, and they will still be relevant to us. But also you could use it to heal animals and plants. So these laws are, even in our chakras, the laws of 7 are there, in earth and at last in men. And therefore, we could read human development from plant evolution. And how do we read plant evolution? We do proving. We have lots of proving actually of plants. But the secret is to put those proving in order. And when you put the provings of plant in a botanical order, they become a book, not just different leaves. They become a book that you could read it as a story, as a meaningful process. And this is what we're going to do. Understand what is the botanical order, and then study the remedies according to their botanical order. And then we will see that in every family, there is a meaning, but also between the families. Or even the families will be organized in an order, which is being ordered according to the botanical order. So it will become an elaborate record, which one of the things it describes is the stages of human development, the stages of human growth, the stages of our personal evolution even, and the stages of humanity evolution. It helps us to understand human evolution, where we are coming from and where we are going to. It's really important because we can participate consciously in this process. So before we will delve into this fascinating journey, we need to understand some botany. How did plants develop? What is the basic structure of plants? What was the evolution path of plants? And what is systematics, which is the science of ordering plants. In short, botany. And the first thing that we need to know about botany is that plant kingdom can be arranged systematically. That there is stages of development in the plant kingdom. They're not just thrown all over. They have developed. And this development order is the basic for systematics. So we will start from the very beginning, life on Earth. And life had begun in the water. This is a well-known fact, but it has important to us because we will see that plants on land develop so that they will learn how to be independent of water. And we will see that the first element is water, the maternal aspect. Remember that when we'll arrive at the second part of the lecture. Life had begun in the water, in the maternal element. Now, in the very beginning, I would say that Earth was like an embryo, like an egg. It was nourished by its own energy. Life, the first life, was microorganisms that were nourished by the heat of Earth itself. There was nothing else. Just there was hot vents on the bottom of the oceans because Earth was young, and Earth was releasing heat and radioactivity and sulfuric chemicals, and by opening ties and freeing chemical energy, organisms obtained their own energy. They couldn't become very big because of it, because it's not very efficient process, but it was wonderful. First billion of years, life was mostly around hot vents on the bottom of the oceans. Earth was blue. Baby, in embryo Earth. And this had sufficed for a long time. But everything living wants to develop. And Earth, after billion years, more than billion years, had jumped up her evolutionary pace. And it was done when she developed photosynthetic cells.